Oh, that's really bad. Hello everyone. I think we're good now. My name is cat named Minty, and I will be commentating F3 for you tonight. I forgot to put myself in a party, so everybody heard me in the lobby, which I'm embarrassed about. And according to Aqua, there will be rain in the racer qualifying. I'm not sure which one it will be, but everybody's going out. There's only 15 drivers tonight, which is a shame. Of course, last time around Belgium, we didn't stream it because unfortunately there was no commentators available. As I think the game audio is a bit low, I'm gonna up that a bit. No, it's perfectly fine. Sorry for some technical difficulties we had at the start. First, I forgot to be in a party, and as I said, according to Aqua and Vitinho, there will be rain in the race or in qualifying. I'm not sure, but people are on the hard tires, so I think it will be in the race. Of course, it is one of the longest tracks on the calendar, so I wonder how they'll do around here. There's walls everywhere. It's kind of like a mini Monaco, well, a large Monaco because it's longer, and it's in the night, so everything is always something to look forward to. Our race in the night. We have 5 viewers. Hello everyone, and one of them is not me for once. But now I'll join so I can see the comments, as Messi will be starting his flying lap on the hard tires. I want to see who's going to be first. I think it's not no future to see. It might be V8 field to know. He will be starting his lap, I think. Oh, he's not on a lap. I'm looking for who's on a lap currently. I think Aqua is the furthest person on a lap time. He is on the soft tires. I'm not sure how long they last around here. It probably isn't a long time. I know that the tires tend to overheat quite quickly around this track. As my... okay, I thought my switch cam, the R1 button didn't work for a sec, but it just was stuck on one camera. But aquaplaning now in sector 3. Bunch of 90-degree corners here, but you'd expect that because it is a street circuit, as there's yellow flags up ahead. That is for Bryn or Pizza Parker, who will be starting their flying lap. But now onto the final corner. He clipped the wall on the outside, but it's a 1 minute 37.8. I'm not sure if that's the fastest he can go. 1 minute 38.2 for Messi, and I'm not sure if it's Dean Gamer who went past. Yes, it was. I think he was invalidated. V8 field goes into second. DR's aquaplaning into second on the soft compound. Jamil first. I'm so dumb. Jamil first. 1 minute 35.9 on the medium tires. That is a blistering lap from the Williams driver. Anyone else close to finishing their lap? I think it will be Riley. No, he has spun. He's lucky not to lose his front wing there. As behind him, I think will be no future to see. going through this last chicane in a double left-hander, really quick, fifth gears. He keeps in fifth. I think that might have been a mistake, but 1 minute 37.7, 2 seconds slower than Jamil. He might get promoted, because I don't think those are times that people are putting in F3, as Storm goes fastest, 1 minute 36.4 on the soft tyres. Now we have 5 viewers, not including me, so hello everyone. Anyone else on a competitive lap time? I don't think so. Everyone's on 1 lap hold tyres. Now I think it's Wilo Billy going through the 90-degree turns in sector 3, as he's lagging quite a bit. That's not very good for, I think he's 4th in the championship currently. He was second, he was battling for first position in the championship, but some unfortunate results put him down into 4th, as he leaves the session. For some reason he goes into 4th position, 1 minute 37.6. I'm going to check if someone is streaming. It is Aqua. So after the race, if you want to see his POV, you can go check his channel out, as there will be rain in the race. Now I'm seeing from Aqua's telemetry there will be heavy rain at the start, then light rain in the middle, and then it will dry up to the end of the Grand Prix, which will be very interesting, especially around the streets of Singapore. I haven't been really focusing on the lap times lately. Vitinho is starting his flying lap. Let's see how he does. That's Jamil going out the pits. He misses the apex quite a bit. Drivers usually tend to cut that corner a bit, because it gains a lot of time. And Willoughby has joined back into the session, which is good for him. Vitinho, the Brazilian, after the straight, I'm not sure, I don't think there's corner names around this track. There probably is, but no one ever says them. There's been a tidy, clean lap, but I don't think it will be anything record breaking. Now, it used to be the Singapore sling there, which they removed. It was a left, right, left, which you could nearly take straight. You could straight line it, but there was a possibility of you going airborne, and that's why they removed it. I really liked that, the Singapore sling, and it's a shame they removed it. Now in sector 3, going into the last couple of corners, under the bridge he goes in the last chicane, and now it's going to be the double left-hander onto the start-finish straight. He runs out of VRS. What will it be? 1:37.1 on the medium tyres. He is the second fastest medium runner, as sector goes fastest, 1 minute 35.8, and someone is matching Jamil's pace. I'm not sure if Jamil is a reserve or is he a full-time driver now, but he's doing a great job out there. As V8 Field retires from the session, he does it in the pits, so there's no concern for the drivers of hitting him while he's retiring. Dean Gamer lets Jamil past, who I think is on a flying lap. He's on a new set of softs. Now into where it used to be the Singapore sling. Under the bridge where I think Weber it was that had a mechanical failure. His whole car shut off, I think. if I remember correctly. Then again, I was like 5 back then, so I know I was older, but now Jamil in sector 3 right now. He clips the ball. Oh, that's some big front wing damage. He lost his front right end plate. Will he go into the pits, or will this be a competitive lap time? He stays out into the double left-hander. What will he get? A 1 minute 35.5 on the soft tyres. Amazing job from him as he just straight lines the first 3 corners. Anyone else on a competitive lap time? It might be Messi. No, it's not. He is last championship leader, 1 minute 38.2. That is not a very good lap time from him. He has to improve. Of course, he's been lacking a bit in the races lately. He, I think, retired in Spa in Belgium. Right now he has 102 points. He is second in the championship as Vitinho goes in front. He is in 4th, so it's looking good for him. Then Riley is in 3rd, 96 points. He's in 5th position currently. Then it is No Future to See down in 7th position, in 4th in the championship. 5th in the championship is Storm, who's right now on the 2nd row of the grid provisionally. And it's Billy, who slipped up massively. Then Sector, who joined around like 5 races in, I want to say. He's been doing a great job. And to round off the top 10, it's Golden Crimson, DRS Aquaplanning and Catboy Key. Now, is there anyone on the lap time? I think it would be Messi. Yes, it is. 1 minute 35.7 on the medium tires. He beats his Renault teammate by by 0.11 of a second. I could have just said a tenth, but I always complicate things for myself. Now, is there anyone on a lap time about to finish their lap? Aquaplan, no, he just started his lap. That was No Future to See. Sorry for calling you Aquaplanning. Just to remind you of the constructor standings, Renault is leading with McLaren 2nd, Ferrari in 3rd position. McLaren and Ferrari are kind of a one-man team, because Riley is in 3rd and Vitinho is in 1st position. He got his teammate got 40 points. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, his teammate got 43 points aquaplanning. He is in 6th right now, beating his Ferrari teammate Vitinho, who is starting their lap time on the soft tires. Then it's Haas, Red Bull, Alfa Romeo, Toro Rosso, Mercedes, Williams, and rounding off the constructors standings, it's Racing Point with only 27 points. And that all came, I think, when PMP Try and Catch was at the team. But currently No Future to See that will be the first man to go across the grid. No, he's not, as he invalidated his lap time, so he's into the pits. As Jamil will be starting his flying lap shortly, and that will probably be his only lap on the soft tires, because, sorry about that, in qualifying they only last probably one lap, as Sector will also be starting his flying lap. He is quite low on no, he's not. I'm so sorry about that. 1 minute 35.0, 5 tenths faster than Jamil. That's a great lap from him, and unless Jamil or Messi can improve, Sector will probably finish on pole position. Is there anyone else crossing the lap? Is finishing the lap. Bryn, he invalidated his lap time. New Zealand Cam goes 4th, 1 minute 35.7. Great lap from him. Of course, he's been very unlucky this season with, I'm just gonna check, with only 9 points. His pace in qualifying doesn't show that at all. Storm will be starting his flying lap, but Jamil now in Sector 3. He'll be the first man to be finishing his lap. Now let's see how he does, as there's a comment in the stream, but it hasn't loaded for me, I don't know why. Into the double left-hander. What lap time will he get? It's a 1 minute 35.1, and he will be starting on the first row provisionally. As in the comments, New Zealand Cam is ecstatic that he's 1,000th of a second behind Messi, but Messi is probably going to improve his lap time. Anyone else close to finishing their lap time? I think it has to be Bryn, but it's also invalidated. So he will be starting, he will be potentially starting 14th. I don't think he will improve. He is on 2 lap pole soft in qualifying as he loses the back ends there. As now Riley will be starting his lap. Sector retires from the session. That means he won't be going for another lap. Anyone else? Messi now starting his lap time. Will he go on pole position? Can he get at least on the first row of the grid? Gonna check is there, as that's why Low Billy retiring, same as TTG Vitinho, as he is in 10th position, not the best from the championship leader. Messi, the driver in 2nd place in the championship, could be on the front row of the grid. The RS planning, he was on his out lap, so as there's rain in Singapore, as people are finishing their flying laps. That's Vitinho into the wall. Is there anyone close to finishing their lap times? Bryn is going to be the first one, but he has invalidated. Now Riley, what will he get? Goes under the bridge into the last chicane of the circuit, as you see lots of rain on his chassis, and he will get a 1 minute 36.9, which puts him into 8th. No future see 5th, and Messi now 3rd. He invalidated his lap time. He was 4 tenths slower than the lap he got earlier on, but he will be starting on the medium compound, which I don't think will be the case, because according to many people there will be rain in the race. Of course, we see rain here in qualifying. This would have shaken up the starting order quite a bit if it came around maybe 2 minutes earlier. So your top 10 in qualifying were Sector Jamil, Messi, New Zealand Cam, No Future to See, Dean Gamer, TTG Storm, Riley, Aquaplaning, and I couldn't catch who was last. It was Catboy Key. Last in the top 10. The person rounding off the top 10. I should have said that. So as we see, it's pouring down rain here in Singapore. The last time we saw this in real life F1, I think it was 2017. It had an amazing start. Verstappen and the two Ferraris colliding at the start. Then Alonso, I think it was, going airborne because of a collision. So hopefully we keep it clean here, but some safety cars could spice up the grid as people will be going out on the parade lap. Everybody on intermediate tires, so it's not quite wet enough for wet tires, but it looks like it's raining cats and dogs. I won't be surprised if there's gonna be floods in the city. But well, we are in the city, but now drivers are warming up their tires. V8 field will be starting last. Brain 14th, Wilo Billy 13th. Vitinho, the championship leader, in 12th place. It will be basically a last question mark challenge for him. Peter Parker in 11th. He has improved a lot from the start of the game. We saw him, of course, in EVR season 1. He wasn't the greatest, but he has improved a heck of a lot over the past few months. There'll be a Renault sandwich going into turn 1 as Jamil is in 2nd place. Now I wonder, that is Dean Gamer spinning on the formation lap. He uses the reset to track button, which I find very dangerous, in case the game glitches out and it doesn't ghost for some reason. As now Messi is slowing up the pack behind him so that his teammate and Jamil will have to wait on the grid with cold tires. As Wilo Billy has left the session again, as we saw Sector there having a lot of wheel spin here in the rain. I still think it's not good enough for intermediate conditions, but of course I am not racing, so how am I supposed to know? As I think that is Pisa Parker on the grid. Bryn playing very dirty. He is staying back so that the front runners have to wait there with their tires getting colder and colder each second. Now going back to the front. We will be waiting for the five red lights to go out. As Wilo Billy has joined the session just in time for the start, I think. It's 4, 5. Lights out and away we go as Jamil gets a drive through for a jump start. Disaster for him. Messi gets into 2nd, so it's a 1-2 for Renault currently. New Zealand Cam into 3rd. A lot of people going wide into turn 2. Now Jamil down to 4th position with a drive-through penalty, which probably will see him at the back of the grid. Oh, that's Dean Gamer losing his car a bit. Luckily saving it. That is Vitinho and Riley going side by side. First and third in the championship. Going at a snail's pace into here. And it's Vitinho into 9th position. They are truly going at snail's pace. I think it was 70 kilometers per hour through that corner. As Storm loses his back end, Vitinho gets in front. So more good news for Vitinho. Riley has to stay back. As now Jamil at the back of New Zealand Cam. New Zealand Cam is praying for a good race, as he only has 9 points currently to his name. Now Messi has a 1 second lead over Sector. I didn't see that move for the lead, unfortunately, because I was too busy looking at Vitinho and Aquaplaning fighting. Oh, Dean Gamer at the back of No Future to see, losing his back end again. That back end is really slidey in the racing point. Oh, Dean Gamer has to be really careful here, as Messi keeps the 1 second gap, and that is Jamil into the pits for his drive-through penalty. I wonder how long the race will be, as DRS Aquaplaning retires. I wonder what happened to him. Good thing he has a live stream. His back end was slidey and he lost it at the double left-hander. That it was Dean Gamer also into the pits. I'm not sure if that was a drive-through, but that is a safety car. So DRS Aquaplaning's retirement actually saved Jamil. The cars will now bunch up and he will be right at the back of V8 field, just outside the points in 12th place. That also lets Sector catch up to Messi, as Messi already had a 1 second lead over him. But that's Pisa Parker into the pits for wet tyres. Pisa Parker doesn't think it's dry enough for the intermediates. As if there's any questions that you want me to answer, just put them in the comments or the live chat, whatever you want to call it. Now I wonder, will anybody else be going into the pits for intermediate tyres? I want to see how Pizza Parker does. Of course, we're still under the safety car, but he is on wet tyres and trying to catch up. As in-gamer gets a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limit, which I still find dumb. Every time I commentate these races, I just can't believe people are getting 5-second time penalties under the safety car. Now let's see, the position changes currently. Messi goes up 2, Sector goes down 1. Most of the grid goes up 1 as Vitinho, with an amazing start, something like Alonso would do, from 12th position to 5th. The Brazilian does an amazing job. Storm goes up 1 position, Riley goes up 1, Catboy Key goes 2 from 10th to 8th, Brain goes up 5, while O'Billy goes up 3. He has some internet issues. V8 field goes up 4. He was starting, I thought it was last, but it was second last. No, it was last. My bad. Now the Sir Losers currently are Jamil, 10 positions down. Dean Gamer 7 positions down. Pizza Parker back into the pits. I think it was dry enough for the intermediates. Now let's see what tyres he goes on to. Those are the intermediates. As some insight from New Zealand Cam, apparently Sector is lagging quite a bit. So that means he will be causing a bit of trouble for the people behind him, especially Cam, as he is in third position, just at the back of him. I'm gonna check if anybody else is streaming the race. No one else apart from the EVR account. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video. And yeah, I haven't commentated in 1 week and I already lost my momentum, so like, that's good. As V8 Field gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. How do you even get that? That's what I don't understand. I'm gonna check up on the other races, as I think everybody has rain. Yes. No, it's only F1. F1 has rain. It's lashing there. They all have wet tyres this lap 4, as Nolan is leading with Will G second and Sam third. The only dry race so far is the F2 one. It's Tim first, VRT Frayne second, and VRT Lyronix third. Now, Pizza Parker with 2 stops. If he manages to win this, this will probably be the most stops by a race winner, because if it's gonna dry up, they have to at least make 1 more stop, unless they're gonna do a Timo Glock reverse around the Brazilian Grand Prix in 2008. Of course, that was the race where Lewis Hamilton snatched the title from Felipe Massa in the last corner from Timo Glock. He had to get, I think it was 6th position, and he overtook Timo Glock, who was on the dry tyres in the wet conditions. And if I'm wrong, you can correct me there, because I was a toddler back then. Now, I think the safety car will be coming in this lap. I don't believe it will be going on for any longer. And if it does, that's just gonna be really bad for the spectators. But we saw in the race director, it will be coming in this lap. As this race has been going on for around 7 to 8 minutes right now. As I have a stopwatch, I started on lap 2. I know I could have just used the stream, but I'd rather have a stopwatch there on my phone, like they did back in the old days. But now Messi will be restarting the pack. It is up to him where he will restart it. Into the chicanes, they're going really slow. Well, Messi restarted now. Yes, he does. Double left-hander. Will anybody lose it? Yes, it is. That's Sector. Sector losing it. He hits No Future to see. When he did the spin, he tagged him along on the ride into the wall. Now Sturm is behind Vitinho, who is now up to 3rd position. Great job from him. New Zealand Cam in 2nd. And there's yellow flags in sector 2. That's Pizza Parker and Dean Gamer colliding. Disaster for them too. Now V8 Field fighting Jamil, as Technofuture to see doesn't. Yes, he doesn't have a front right hand plate, as Jamil is overtaking him, and that is him into the point give into the points position, the positions that give you points, basically. As O'Brien is at the back of Catboy Key. Oh, that's Catboy Key losing the back end a bit. Bryn tries to go down the inside. He backs out though. These are very difficult conditions, especially at a street circuit. They're difficult around any circuit, but when you have walls around you, it's just gonna create havoc. Now, does Sector have front wing damage? Yes, he does. He has big front wing damage, as Jamil is trying to overtake him as quickly as possible so he doesn't lose time being behind Sector. The in-gamer leaves the session. He was a bit frustrated. Oh, that's him into the wall again. Messi says the fastest lap time, 1 minute 57. Oh, that's Sector overshooting the pit entrance, and he gets a 3-second time penalty. Now that's White Low Billy trying to go down the inside of Bryn. He doesn't quite get it. He will be trying to go for a move now onto the main straight. Not the main straight. The main straight. It is the longest on the track, I believe. But it has a right hand kink, so that makes it even more difficult to navigate, especially in the wet. As Sturm is now at the back of Vitinho, he is ready to pounce. If Vitinho makes a mistake, that will be Sturm into third position. Sturm will just be trying to force a mistake out of the Brazilian driver. While O'Billy leaves the session again, that is due to his internet issues, I believe. Now over the bridge they go. Storm still at the back of Storm still at the back of Vitinho. New Zealand Cam has built a 3-second lead over him and Vitinho, but he is 1.4 seconds behind Messi. Any other battles? That is Bryn at the back of Catboy Key. I won't be surprised if he makes a move into turn 1. Or going back to Sturm into the last chicane. Now onto the double left-hander. Hopefully no one loses it again. Through there, Messi gets the fastest lap time, as Sturm gets a really good exit off there. Vitinho, not the best one. I think Messi and New Zealand Cam are really good in the wet conditions. New Zealand Cam, he had some opportunities in other races, but I don't think he's as good in the wet as he is in the dry. Now Jamil is at the back of Bryn. I'll go on board with Bryn. He goes down the inside of Catboy Key, and that's textbook maneuver. Bryn into 6th position, Catboy Key down into 7th. Now Jamil is behind Catboy Key. He'll probably be trying to get past him as soon as possible, as Catboy Key loses the back end a bit. I wonder how will he do. Catboy Key goes kind of wide into there. Jamil is trying to get the undercut on him, as you see it right here. He tries to get the better traction, but Catboy Key is doing a good job defending from him. Now Vitinho is pulling away from Sturm. It's nearly a 1 second gap already, We're going back to Jamil. He is still sat behind Kabuki, who's losing him time massively. I won't be surprised if Jamil overtakes him with a switchback, because Kabuki has been going really wide into most corners. As now Sturm is 2 tenths behind Vitinho. I think Vitinho is a bit sketchy going out of the double left-hander. Jamil still behind Kabuki. Oh, Kabuki gets a really bad exit, but Jamil gets compromised by it. Kabuki goes really wide. Jamil with a great exit. Oh, they collide. And Jamil put Kabuki a bit into the wall. And that's his front left end plate gone. Now Storm was still at the back of Vitinho as I hit my mic with my hand. Now going over the bridge. Will Storm have a good run on Vitinho? Oh, no, he doesn't. He keeps the same pace as him. I think that's Vitinho pulling away a bit as he had the better traction. Now into sector 3 they go. His Mercedes 2.4 currently, which is probably their best result so far. No other battles really happening out on track currently. So I'm gonna watch them from the broadcast cameras. Vitinho gets the better exit this time off the double left-handers. Brain closes up to Riley. Now it's 7 tenths between them two. Ooh, as Bryn loses control of the car a bit. Storm, will he go for a move on Vitinho? Will he be close enough? Of course, there's no DRS in the wet conditions, as he is saving a lot of ERS. Riley not the best on ERS recovery. He has 60%. I think he has the least amount of ERS out of every driver. Sector is trying to catch up badly to the top 10. That's why he is running with 60% ERS. Now, no other battles currently happening on track, as we see Riley, I think, hitting the wall. I saw his car bounce off something. Not sure if that was just a bit of lag or if it was actually him hitting something. As Storm makes a mistake and Vitinho is now 1 second ahead of him, going down to 10th position. It's the battle for 9th place currently between Rilo Billy, who is sat on 61 points. He is gonna try to get his season back on track, as that is Messi into the pits. Same as New Zealand Cam, Vitinho, Storm, Riley. Oh, that might be a weird double stack. Yes, it is. They go on to the dry tyres, as they didn't see that there's no droplets on the screen anymore. New Zealand Cam will be in first position currently, with Vitinho behind him. Messi, the loser, out of here. He drops down to provisional 3rd position, as now we see from the race director DRS has been enabled, as Messi is sliding everywhere on the exit of the pits. Now Vitinho with a slight advantage. His tyres will heat up faster because he is on the mediums. Now Jamil with his DRS wide open. Will he go for a move on Riley, or is he too far away? He is too far back to go for a move. He might still do into here. No, he doesn't. Of course, here in Singapore there was a chaotic race last season in EVR. I think that there was around 7 people left, and I think we had 15 drivers starting the race. Now Jamil's still at the back of Riley. Will he get past him? I don't think he will, unless he goes for a miracle of a dive bomb. Vitinho at the back of New Zealand Cam. We see New Zealand Cam dropping off a bit on these hard tyres, but Vitinho with a 2-second lead over Messi. Now I think New Zealand Cam and Messi will be going to the end on these hard tyres, while Vitinho will at least have to make one more stop. Now will New Zealand Cam have DRS because of Vilo Billy? That's what I'm wondering. No, he doesn't. Vitinho has DRS, so he's not close enough to go for a move down here, but he probably will go for a move into turn 6. Now Jamil is still at the back of Riley. I've been saying that quite a lot today, that Jamil is sitting behind someone. But Vitinho now going for a move for the lead of the Grand Prix. He's gonna go round the outside. Well, Cam doesn't defend, he lets him through. He probably knows that he has to make one more stop. Storm now at the back of Messi. 5 tenths between them. Jamil couldn't make the move into turn 6 on Riley. V8 field. Will he go for a move on Vilo Billy? Yes, he does, down the inside. Oh, they make contact, and that's V8 field round. Jamil touching the back of Riley. He's just giving it a small love tap. But he's still too far back. He must be getting frustrated but by now that he can't get past the McLaren driver. As Messi is not catching up to New Zealand Cam, and New Zealand Cam is 1 second behind Vitinho now, so he is more than 1 second behind Vitinho now, which means he won't have DRS as Vitinho sets the fastest lap time. And that's Storm. Will he go for a move down to the inside of turn 1? Yes, he does. We see Messi has front wing damage on his front left end plate is gone, as Jamil is very patient with his move. He's not going for any unnecessary dive bombs. Now will Messi be close enough on Storm to make a move? Will he go for a dive bomb? No, he doesn't. He stays back. But Jamil, I don't think he has enough straight line speed. He's good in the corners, but he just can't get the move on the straights, as that was Sector saying the fastest lap time, taking away the fastest lap point from the top 10 currently. As shockingly only one safety car so far in this race after the wet start. Now Storm at the back of New Zealand Cam. I think New Zealand Cam has been making some mistakes. I told you he's not the best in the dry conditions, as he lets his teammate past. Very gentleman-like move so that they can benefit in the constructors. Now you will have to fend off Messi, who is right behind him on the hard tyres. as Jamil gets past Riley finally after I think it was 3 or 4 laps being stuck behind the Dutchman. Vitinho gets the fastest lap time, 1 minute 41.4. That's a great lap time from him. Storm also gets a 1 minute 41.4. I would just want to check the race director. 1 minute 41.8, and that was a 1 minute 41.4. Now Messi is the only person I think within 1 second of the car in front. Now it's also Pizza Parker who is behind Milo Billy. Well, now I'm going to check up on Messi. Sector sets another fastest lap time on the hard tyres this time. No future to see with a 3-second time penalty. Will Messi get in front of New Zealand Cam? As I keep saying, New Zealand Cam had a great start to his season. They are winning the what was it? The pre-season. I completely forgot what it was called, but it is pre-season. New Zealand Cam gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's feeling the pressure from Messi. Pizza Parker also 4 tenths behind Low Billy. But Pizza Parker with a 3-second time penalty, that's very unfortunate for him. Into the double left-handers. Will Messi get past Cam? Cam had a really bad exit. Jamil is the fastest lap time, first man to get into the 1 minute 39s this race. Now will Messi be close enough? He has his DRS wide open. And he will go down the inside of New Zealand Cam, but he stays back. He didn't have the confidence. He tries to go for a move into the right-hander, but he doesn't. Jamil is now at the back of them too. They've been fighting so much that the people behind them have had the opportunity to catch up. Pizza Parker can't get a move on Willow Billy yet. Going back up to the fight for the last podium position. And there's yellow flags in sector 2. There's nothing on the mini-map that tells me what has happened. We're now halfway through the Grand Prix. And that is Jamil with his DRS wide open. Is he close enough to Messi? No, he's not. Now, will Messi or Jamil go for a move into turn 6? Jamil is not close enough, but Messi is. He's going to go round the outside of New Zealand Cam, but New Zealand Cam is doing anything to defend his position. Now Jamil is going to try to go down the inside. Messi was also planning to do that, but this time on New Zealand Cam. Now, over the bridge they go. Oh, Messi makes contact with New Zealand Cam. Just gotta tell you, these Renault drivers have no sympathy. As New Zealand Cam tries to hold it around the outside, he can't, so that will probably go to the stewards, as Messi just punted him and New Zealand Cam lost traction. And just as a random statistic, both Renault drivers have more than one win in F3. Messi has 3 and Sector has 2. All other drivers only have 1. Now Jamil, he's going for a move on New Zealand cam. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. Now New Zealand cam out. As my controller just completely disconnected for some reason. It was fully charged up before that, but Jamil makes the overtake on New Zealand cam 6, and that's New Zealand cam down to 5th. Riley now behind him. That could see cam potentially down to 6th position, as now Sector is in the points paying positions. He is 7 seconds behind Pizza Parker on 6th lap hold hard, and that's Riley ahead of New Zealand cam. I think New Zealand cam was praying for the wet conditions to stay, because he is not excelling in the dry conditions. Now Jamil will try to get the podium position off Messi. Will he get? Now they're gonna go into the double left-handers. Jamil will have the DRS. Jamil has been using his ERS like mad. Messi has been conserving it. He has 45%, while Jamil only has 17. Jamil now, he is lacking straight line speed, so will he be close enough on Messi? He has the slipstream, he has the DRS, but he's not close enough yet. Going down to Pizza Parker and Kabuki fighting for 8th position. Pizza Parker gets to switch back, he gets the better exit, and that is him into 8th position. Will that stick though? Jamil now, they will be going over the bridge, as it's lovely scenery here in Singapore. The night sky, the lights, everything. But it is an F1 race, not a National Geographic episode, so I should probably be focusing on the racing. Jamil into the 90-degree corners in Sector 3. He is nearly kissing the back of Messi. Now into the double left-hander, the last few corners. Jamil, I think, gets the better exit, as there's yellow flags in Sector 2 and 3. I'm not sure for what that was, but Jamil stays behind him. I think that could have been for Wilo Billy, because Wilo Billy is now in 12th position. Now on to the straight. I think Jamil is closer than ever to Messi on this straight. Will he go around the outside or the inside? He goes round the outside, as Messi is defending the inside line. Jamil goes wide, but they go down the inside. They're keeping it clean, these two, as well. Billy retires from the session, but Jamil hits the back of Messi, and that compromised his run on him, and he has to stay back currently for 4th position. The laps around here go really fast. Jamil will try to go for a switchback. He's doing anything to get past Messi right now. We can see he's clearly faster, and Messi, of course, has the wing damage. Jamil goes for a second switchback. That's a wonderful move down the inside now. As Messi gets past him again, Jamil must be getting frustrated with the Renault driver. Jamil has what it takes, but he just can't make the move stick, because every time he goes down the inside it just changes to the outside for the next corner. Now he will have the run on Messi yet again. Will he? He leaves DRS close for around half the straight, which I don't think is good. But Messi is saying back Jamil, playing it tactically, to try to get DRS on him into turn 6. Messi gets a better exit, but Jamil will have slipstream and DRS. Messi is covering the inside line, but Jamil will try to get the better exit, but that allows Riley to catch up to them. Messi goes really wide. Jamil has to again compromise his run through here, just so he doesn't make contact with Messi. Now into where the single person used to be, over the bridge. Messi learned his lesson to not go deep into that corner, because Jamil was straight away on the switchback. Now Riley 6/10 behind both of them. He has a great view of the battle. He just has his popcorn out, his Diet Coke, and he's just watching them battle through the laps. Now Sector has caught up by 7 seconds to Capwiki. He's doing a marvellous job, but now Jamil, he is not close enough to Messi, and Riley is staying behind, trying to conserve ERS. We see now Messi has been using a lot of his ERS to combat Jamil. Jamil with a good run. He will go slow in and fast out. DRS wide open, overtake mode engaged, round the outside for turn 6. Oh, they make contact. Jamil is shoved out wide, but now it's the inside for the next corner. That's Messi keeping in front, and again Jamil making contact with him through the same corner. Jamil must be furious with him. Jamil just has to catch him sleeping through one corner, and he's already on the move. He'll try to get the switchback. I don't think it will work. He's trying to put pressure on the Frenchman. Every corner he tries to go for a switchback, or vice versa, he tries to go really fast in, so that Messi makes a mistake. Through these corners, Jamil has the advantage because he is not missing a front wing end plate. Now 10 laps remaining as Vitinho goes past the start finish line. Messi didn't have the best run through there into the double left-hander. Jamil is too far away to go for a move, as New Zealand Cam now has cut back up to Riley, as Riley is now 1 second behind the two drivers battling for the last podium position. Now Jamil, will he be close enough to Messi to go for a move? I don't think he will be. They're both in really low ERS modes. Messi was in none and Jamil was in low, which just shows how much you can lose ERS while battling. How much ERS you can lose while battling. That's what I was supposed to say. Now Jamil, that's Messi making contact with the wall. Oh, they made contact. That, I think, is front left end plate gone. I saw a bit of front wing go off. I'm not sure whose car it was. It was Jamil's. Messi playing really dirty this match, not letting anyone through, doing bit of a Sergei Sirotkin on Sergio Perez. At least Jamil doesn't have the hot temper to swipe him into that corner, but we saw him punt him a little bit, which saw Messi go a bit unstable, as that is Messi and Jamil into the pits. They're both going for front wing changes, if I'm not mistaken, and now New Zealand Cam will have time for redemption. He could try to get his podium back, but now I'm watching. Who will get in front? Will it be Messi or will it be Jamil? And Jamil changing his front wing. Williams are known for their fast pit stops, but Messi gets in front of him. Messi is on the soft tyres, while Jamil is on the mediums. I think Jamil is a smarter man here on the medium tyres, because the soft tyres we saw, they were already losing pace after around 3 laps. Sector with an amazing job going back into 7th place. He of course had that spin, he had to go into the pits, he was dead last, but now he's in 7th position fighting for 6th. The two Toro Rossos are ahead of him, which could see him potentially up into 5th position. Then he would have 11 seconds to New Zealand Cam. As Sector tries to go down the inside of Peter Parker, but he gets a little bit of wheel spin, but he goes down the inside for the dive bomb. Sector very opportunistic today. He will have the inside for the next corner, and he makes the move stick. Now New Zealand Cam into the last corners, as that's Riley into the pits. I don't think the mediums can last this long. That's a 2-3 for the Mercedes drivers, and Vitinho is out in front. This will push him, I think, on, just gonna do some maths, 134 points, because he has 108 currently, so we'll put him on 133. As Vitinho loses the car a bit, he has to downshift, he has to engine brake to keep his car from not going into the wall. No, anyone close to each other. Messi is behind, no future to see, as Riley BS gets the overcut on them. I didn't see that. Jamil is now at the back in 11th, out of the point paying positions, and that's Messi passed, and he will be going on a mission to get Catboy Key. Now Sector he's gonna try to get past Bryn. Messi on the soft tires, going for the dive bomb on Catboy Key on the fresh soft tires. I don't think they will be catching up anytime soon. Jamil is playing very passive. I think he has to be a little bit more aggressive if he wants to win further races. Oh, that's him spinning. That's a big spin. He made contact with Riley, and it's a virtual safety car. As Catboy Key goes into the pits, he is on worn mediums. Sturm and Vitinho though trying to stick it out on the medium tires. Now Sector's behind Bryn. Of course, it's a virtual safety car, so he can't go for a move here. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them. But it goes green. There's green flag racing. Sector still behind Bryn. That's Riley and Jamil both into the pit. But Jamil exits on 12 lap pole mediums. Disaster for him. I think he will be finishing dead last. After a promising second position in qualifying, his race just went from bad to worse. Sector gets in front of Bryn. I think that to push Bryn into the wall a bit. He has front wing damage, so there might have been more aggression from the Renault drivers. They have built up the reputation this season to just don't care about the other drivers out on track. Yeah, that is Bryn with big front wing damage. He has to pit in. He won't be able to finish the next 6 laps if he continues on like this. We have been racing for 45 minutes. We could potentially see this race get to 1 hour long, which I don't know is the norm in MiG racing. We've had 1 safety car and 1 virtual safety car, which is quite surprising because I forgot what race it was, but we got like 5 safety cars, and it wasn't a track known for its safety cars. Any on-track battles, Sturm is quite close to Pisa Parker. Sector goes up to the podium positions and Sturm goes into the pits for a brand new set of medium tyres. I'm gonna check Sturm. He's gonna go round the outside of the next corner on the Toro Rossos. The Toro Rossos are a bit of the midfield team. They're very consistent though. They get in the high positions because they don't crash or they don't make silly moves. But they let the faster drivers through so that they don't lose time. As Pisa Parker into the pits, Messi on 3 lap hold soft. Wonder what he will do. I don't think there's any on-track battles currently. No, there is. It's Bryn versus Cowboy Key for 2 points in the race, with 5 laps remaining now. I'd say 4.5 even. Now Bryn, is he gonna go for a move on Kabuki? No, he doesn't. He waits as Riley gets the fastest lap time, 1 minute 38. Something I couldn't exactly see. But Bryn now going round the outside of Kabuki, going for the switchback maneuver. He will of course have the RS. Overtake mode engaged. He's gonna go round down the inside, nearly some round the inside. And that's a perfect move from the Toro Rosso driver. Of course, next season in EVR it will be known as Alpha Tauri. I think Riley will catch up to PMP Kabuki because Riley just has more pace. Jamil is in 12th position, 30 points behind Riley. Not the best. It was a very good race, it's just that he was unlucky with the drive-through penalty at the start and the team putting on really old tyres on his car. Okay, but he's still behind Bryn, I think. He got a warning for that there. He caught the corner quite a bit. Now heading to the last few laps of the race. We're exactly on lap 27 and the order looks like this. Vitinho is in first position. He has been since the switch to dry tyres. New Zealand Cam in second, Sector in third, Sturm in fourth. He's right behind Sector. Messi in fifth. Sixth is No Future to see. 7 is Pizza Parker. 8 is V8 Field. 9th is Bryn. 10th is Kapwicki, and outside the points are Riley and Jamil. And the non-finishers currently are Widelow, Billy, Dean Gamer, YT and DRS Aquaplaning. Of course, there's been a great comeback from No Future to Cian Sector, who were caught up in an incident after Sector spun in the double left-handers that we will be heading on to right now. As term, he is not quite close enough to Sector to snatch the last podium position from the Renault driver. I don't think Messi will be catching up to them anytime soon unless there's a big crash between them two. As Kapwicki gets a 3-second time penalty. Now Sturm, will he be close enough for a dive? No, he's not. He stays back. He's doing a lot of engine braking, I see, Sturm. Sector on the 18 lap pole tires, exactly the same as New Zealand Cam, but Vitinho doing a great job on 18 lap old mediums. Now I hope his tires don't blow up like they did to Dane start in Bahrain in F2 earlier this season. It was hard to brake for the Icelandish driver, I want to say, but Jamil gets the fastest lap time. And V8 Field goes into pits for a brand new set of softs. Riley still sat behind Kapwicki. He just can't get the move on him. We're going back to the front for the battle for the last podium position. As Sector gets a really bad run. I think he hit the wall on the outside. Sector really determined to keep his position, and we saw him in overtake mode just there on the straight. As it's some weird camera that the F1 game is showing us. Now Sturm, he is on the fresher tyres by 15 laps and a compound. Oh, that Sector going really defensive. He goes around the outside. Will he snatch the last podium position? No, he doesn't. There's contact, and that's Sector. I thought he went into the wall. Sector went really slow, and TTG Storm snatches the last podium position of Sector, and that is a 2-3 currently for the Mercedes drivers. But I'm going to stay on board with Sector because we know the reputation of these Renault drivers. They won't give up. They will go for any move, even if it's the 130R on the last lap. They'll just go for it. As V8 Field retires from the session, he does it in the pits. And that's Pisa Parker ahead of Messi because Messi has hit the wall after the old Singapore sling. I'm not sure what corner that is. I think that's turn 13. No, turn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, around 13. And that's Messi just completely losing it. He lost his front left end plate and he just crashes into the Velcro, I think they are, barriers, or Vexpro, I'm not sure what that is exactly. But now we're on the penultimate lap. Vitinho is still leading out in front, but New Zealand Cam has caught up to him. If there was around maybe 2 more laps even, I think New Zealand Cam could have caught up to him, because Vitinho is on really old mediums and the tyres around here tend to overheat quite a lot. But that's New Zealand Cam losing connection, I think, and that's Messi retiring. That puts Jamil and Riley into the point paying positions, but that's a disaster for New Zealand Cam. Hopefully he gets back on so that he can try to defend third position, or at least get it back. Disaster race from him. Wouldn't say a complete disaster, but he loses connection with 2 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. That could see him go down to 5th position, but that was Vitinho going past to start his last lap. But that's Storm at the back of Vitinho. Will he get past him? This could be some last lap drama as New Zealand Cam rejoins the session. Unfortunate to him, I think there will be his podium gone. Now, Storm, will he get past Vitinho for his 2nd win in EVRF3? Yes, he does. Vitinho can't defend this position. That is Storm into 1st position, and that could see him win the race tonight. Now, Sector catching up to Vitinho. There will be no DRS straights left, but it could see Vitinho go down to 3rd place. Oh, there's big contact. Sector just punts Vitinho out the way, and that we see New Zealand Cam go into 3rd position. There will surely be consequences for Sector. That's why I hate the reset the track button. He just completely punted Vitinho out the way, and he just resets to the track with 1 click of a button, which is very unfortunate for the Vitinho driver, for the Ferrari driver. But that will see Sturm get into 1st position. The Swiss driver in the Renault in 2nd position. New Zealand Cam, which could have been his win, into 3rd position. Great job from him. Unlucky to Vitinho, he got punted off at the end. He gets into 3rd position due to penalties. What a twist. Cam goes down to 4th. No future to see 5th. Peter Parker will probably finish 6th. The 2 Toro Rosso drivers doing an amazing job tonight. 6th and 7th. Bryn gets in front of Peter Parker due to penalties. Now Cowboy Key, he won't probably go for a move on Riley unless there will be, as Riley gets a 5-second time penalty for unserved penalties, and Cowboy Key gets 8th place. And that's going to be Jamil finishing last in the race. He still gets 1 point on his debut. But great win from the British driver. Storm UK, it has been quite a long time since his first win, if I remember correctly, but the race has been 58 minutes long. It's just nearly the 1 hour mark. But I'm just gonna check on Storm. Yes, it is. It's his 2nd win this season in EVRF3. top 10 are Sturm, Sector, Vitinho, New Zealand Cam, No Future to See, Bryn, Pizza Parker, Catboy Key, Riley and Jamil. And the non-finishers are Messi, V8 Field, Dwilo Billy, Dean Gamer and DRS Aquaplanning. Hopefully you enjoyed this race tonight. We will have a 2-week break I think after this race, so you won't see EVR for the next couple of weeks. So see you in the next race.